Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Let's settle in. Let me know if you can hear me well. To be able to read chat and ask questions, you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So please feel free to do so. While we are getting together, let me give you one thing. There is a poll on YouTube that I created. If you are willing, please answer. It may help me to tailor my class today to particular topics. Okay, if you have access to chat, please write where you're from. If you've done Neurographics before, I see some first hellos. Hello, thank you. Welcome, welcome. What kind of work you've done, anything that you would like to share about Neurographics experience with me. We are starting shortly. Also, after the poll, feel free to sign up for free newsletter. And if you would like to get some updates from me, and you can decide later also if you would like, if you want to do it or not. Okay, it's 10:03. Let's start a little bit. I will be trying to look at the notes. We will see how it goes, depending on how comments I get. But feel free to ask them. Okay, so let me start. My name is Tatiana Teppoeva. I will introduce myself a little bit more later in the session. Let me share with you what we will be doing today. We will be doing drawing. We will not be doing a lot of intro and practices. I got feedback that many people come to me again, not first timers, so it's repetitive. So introduction into Neurographics you can get by the link that I shared with you in the chat. There is a brochure that explains it well and answers questions like what is Neurographics, how does it work, will it work for me, things like that. But I will mention some of the most important things during the session so you have some understanding. So drawing, and at the end of the session, I will do new course announcement. This course will be on the topic of relationship. It's a comprehensive approach to work on the relationship. You can stay, you can leave, it's up to you. So it will be after our drawing is completed, so no pressure. As far as the chat I mentioned, and if you stay and draw with me at the end, I will share how you can submit your drawing for my review in terms of techniques and in terms of some diagnostics, because many of the Neurographics work that we do can actually show what's going on and in what direction we should be working on. So today we talk about roots of connection and relationship. And relationships are everywhere. They are at home, school, work, social media, various settings, you name it. And it can be with relatives, co-workers, social media, people, and most importantly, with ourselves. And there is no single person who didn't or doesn't have some kind of relationship. So this topic is super important and relative to everyone who wants to improve their relationships. And it's not necessarily just to have relationship with a human. It can be a group of people, for example, a team at work, or with a particular situation. Maybe it's a divorce, maybe it's someone's departure, maybe job loss or something else. So we also have relationship with those situations. We may like them, we may dislike them, and there are a bunch of other feelings and emotions we may have relative to that. So about me, I'm Tatiana Teppoeva. Let me just see. Mhm. I'm Tatiana Teppoeva. I have PhD and founder and CEO of one nonverbal ecosystem. My PhD is in economics. I have two master's degrees. One is in data science from Harvard, and I have AI patent in US and a researcher with 17 years at Microsoft and Boeing. I'm a certified expert in nonverbal communication, personality profiling, and various coaching aspects. And I'm an official neurographics instructor and supervisor. And my work now focuses on bringing together neuroscience, nonverbal intelligence, and personal development tools like neurographics to help professionals and leaders to unlock clarity, presence, and resilience. And I'm not talking about myself just to brag. I'm talking about my background so you can understand that person like me probably doesn't fall for some woo-woo thing and does research before getting into something and talking about today's neurographics, something like neurographics, and especially sharing it with other people. So I was skeptical at the beginning, but now 4 years later, I'm confident that it's working. And I will tell you a little bit what it's done for me. So while I'm talking, please make sure that you have a piece of paper. You might want to have letter A4 or A3 or whatever format you have in your sketchbook. It can be rectangular or square. Please have a black marker or ideally two. I have those. One is spinner, one is speaker, and I have just a regular pencil to write. We will need it for a little bit. We also would need some color pens, color pencils, or markers or highlighters to use later for our work. If you don't have those supplies, then you can use a paper and a pen or one marker. That would be good as well. Please have a quiet space so you can concentrate on the work, have a comfortable table and maybe some water nearby. And have an open mindset. If you've never tried it, just have an open mindset. If you are skeptical, that's totally fine. I was too. Neurographics still works if we follow the algorithm and have an open mind. It doesn't work if we are not skeptical, but we don't follow the steps and do drawing mechanically. So with that, while you're preparing everything, let me talk about results, my results and other people's results. So I started my neurographics journey in 2021 when I started having panic attacks, and I started looking for various solutions for that. And I use neurographics as one of the methods to help with it. And I did feel results from it. I wouldn't say that it's the only tool, so I use it in combination. I also use it for weight loss. So currently I released 35 pounds. I'm still working on it. And don't think about Neurographics that it's like snap of a finger, you start drawing and weight comes off on its own. No, but Neurographics put our brain in right direction. We start asking right question, find answers, take actions and things like that. But today we are not talking about weight loss. We talk about relationship. So in terms of relationship, I had very, I can say, weak relationship with someone and really wanted to improve it. And we didn't talk with the person. And I decided to try Neurographics. I have felt resentment. I felt some hard feelings, and honestly didn't really want to start doing it that much. But I decided, okay, I will give it a shot. And after my first drawing, I started feeling bad about the situation. Relationship itself didn't change. Then I gave couple weeks, I think, to settle it and try it again. And it's interesting to note that while I was doing it second time, this person called me on the phone during my drawing, and we were not talking. So it was remarkable for me and people who knew our relationship at that time. So to make story short, I drew 5 drawings in total, and our relationship has been great since. We work together, we communicate, we support each other. Much better, and it's only getting better. I don't draw for this relationship anymore, but from 5 drawings, I think I spread it over a few months. It was my choice. You don't need to spread it that far, but I felt that for me to sink in all the changes that are happening, I wanted to take it easy. So it definitely works, and people who know me in that situation can confirm. Another situation is from my client. She had a difficult relationship with her daughter at the moment, and we worked with her partially one-on-one, and partially I gave her assignments, and later she was a member of the Neurographics club. But even before she joined the club, we already saw the results, and relationship improved, and she reported that her tumor went away. I didn't know about tumor at all because I don't do medical treatments or anything like that. But she told me that during the walk, it first went to the P size and then went away completely. And this is psychosomatics, when something that's going on in our lives is manifesting in some of the symptoms in our body. Many of us can notice that, some don't, but this is it. And it took for her, I think, 3 months, if I remember correctly, to repair a relationship. And while we were working on her relationship with her daughter, her relationship with her own mother came up. And we worked on that as well. So both of those things we walked through, and she saw the results. And why I started this topic for Neurographics, because a few months ago my other relationship worsened significantly, and it was unexpected. It was a very quick drop from love to almost hate, and it felt like a spell. And I felt betrayed. I felt very disappointed. All sort of emotions and feelings I experienced. And it's been a few months, and I was not ready to start working, even though I have tools such as Neurographics in my hands. And we can go through different stages. When I will talk about my course, I will share how I built it. We go through different stages in different situations. So for me, it was to realize what was going on and be ready to start working on it. And I am now. I decided to start working on it myself, and then I thought that maybe people in similar situations, maybe other kind of relationships, other kind of situations, but would be interested to learn how to use neurographics to resolve this situation. So because of that, I decided to create this session and also create a course. So I will be watching my progress, and I hope you will be watching yours as well. We never know how many drawings we would need for the person to see the results. Sometimes we can see drastic changes just for one drawing, and I saw this happen. Sometimes it takes multiple, like in my previous example, it took me 5. Sometimes it takes much longer. For example, for my weight, I drew for much longer, for about a year. Not regularly, but with some consistency. And definitely draw with good certified instructors, because how you draw, what you're thinking while you're drawing matters. And we almost close to our drawing. Let me switch to another camera. I will show you some diagram. And also, I see some of the comments. I will come back to them later if you don't mind, so we don't interrupt the flow right now. So let me just see how I can switch camera. Okay, maybe it doesn't let me. Okay, I will use another setting then. Please let me know if you can see it or if it's upside down. Don't see any comments. It's upside down for you. So let me revert it this way. Is it how you can see? I would think yes. Okay, great. So let me get back to my notes so I don't forget anything to tell you. So this is how Neurographics works on a big picture. If you sign up for that free guide, you will have this diagram and explanation around Neurographics more. But we start at some kind of situation where we are. It can be more positive or more negative depending on the person, depending on the situation. In our case, it's relationship. So we start somewhere. We identify a theme that we want to work on. Today we are working on relationship. Then we have neurographic algorithms that we are applying. Today we will have one. We follow as 8 steps of foundational algorithm in neurographics. We do self-reflection. I will not torture you too much today, but I will be reminding a little bit. The author of the method says that it's about 30% of the success is to reflect. Oftentimes we don't want to do it because it's an extra effort to watch ourselves. But if you want to get those 30%, please follow my lead when I mention that. And during this process, we have some new neural pathways formed. And the more we draw, the more lines we have, the more steps we perform, the better we create them. And eventually, we create some new meaning. And if we do multiple walks on that, then we go over same neural pathways and we strengthen them. And whatever we would like to develop in ourselves becomes stronger and more effective in that direction that we are working in. I would like to notice that neurographics is a personal development practice. It's not a medical or psychological treatment. If you live with mental health condition, please consult a licensed professional for guidance. However, neurographics works very well along with seeing another practitioner, and I even work with some. If client comes and there is a connection between the practitioner and my work, we can walk deeper in the same direction, helping this person achieve results faster. And name of the algorithm, roots of the connections. And we talked about relationships already a little bit. And relationship can be uplifting and encouraging, or can be bringing us down. And main objective of today's algorithm is to establish a healthy connection between you and another person, group of people, or some situation. You can even attract a new house. However, we have other algorithms for that. So today, let's think who or what you would like to work on. And I wanted to show this light lamp. It reminds me about relationships that we have. So this is a cracked glass. And it's not glass that it was initially. They cracked it during the process, in this case intentionally. But it reminds me our relationships. We also have some cracks. And especially if something strong happens, it never the same anymore. This glass cannot be the glass it was before it cracked or was cracked by someone else. But what it has a light. It has a new meaning. It has new life. And it can bring joy and be helpful in life. And our relationships after difficult situations, they cannot be the same. And sometimes it's very hard to accept because we want to go back. We want to go to status quo. We want to go to the situation when we had fun, love, or whatever feelings, good feelings we had. Sometimes we just don't want this challenge. But if we look at this creatively, if we look what good it brought us, and there is always something good in any situation, we can find it. We can find it. We can find new meaning. We can find this light inside of ourselves, inside of situations that we turned out to find ourselves, and we can continue living and growing as human beings. And my next session in October will be about inner fire, where we will talk more how to bring it from inside, where it got lost or hidden, how we can bring it to the surface and use it, leverage to our advantage in good meaning. So this is what I wanted to highlight for us. And let's move to our drawing. One caution, that we work on ourselves only, not other people. So we don't change anyone. We don't change their desires, actions, etc. When we do our work on ourselves, we change, and it changes people around us. You will be surprised if you haven't noticed it, if you haven't done neurographics before, but it does happen. And self-reflection, as I said, and breathing are very important, and I will be reminding you about that. So let's start. Please take a piece of paper and a pencil. I will take a smaller piece of paper because I'm talking, so I don't keep you here for 3 hours. But you can take a regular piece, or you can take a smaller one as me if you would like. The more lines we have, the more effective the work. And of course, if we have more space, a bigger piece of paper, then we will have most likely more lines. So it's up to you to decide. You can start with a small one and then do larger one, or you can start with large one right away. So today is 14th of September. I usually like to write a date, so I know when I drew it. So it's September 14th, 2025. Let me just see if any issues with the video. Okay, I think it's fine. I will try to keep it so you can see it. Okay, and then we can write the name of the algorithm, roots of connection. And you can write, if you already know what relationship you're going to work on, you can write person's name or relationship or my hobby or daughter's name or whatever situation is. I'm not ready to share openly what relationship I will be working on, so I will just have it in my mind and will write relationship with, let's say, X. So now our next step is to activate neurons on the topic that we started talking about. I talked in general, and maybe it brought some thoughts about this particular relationship and this particular person. But now let's go inside. Each of us will go inside our own neural connections, and we will write specific words for 2 minutes. I will use a timer for us. So 1 minute, we write all negative things that come to our mind when we think about this relationship. Anything. It can be related or not related. So if I'm thinking about relationship with person X, and let's say pillow comes to my mind, I just write it without thinking. If last year vacation comes to my mind, I write last year vacation. Or whatever, even if good things come when you think about negative ones, still write them down. So it's like a brain dump. So we do it for 1 minute, and then we will write another kind of words for another minute. So let's go. So anything negative that comes to mind about this relationship. Okay, let's stop. And let's write for another minute. And now ask yourself, what comes to my mind when I think about good things connected to this relationship? And again, we dump everything that comes. Maybe it's something negative that comes to mind while you're thinking about positive. Still write it down without thinking much. So anything that comes to your mind when you think about some positive in this relationship that you have or had, let's go. If you are writing, you can finish what you write, and then let's count how many words we have. It doesn't have to be precise, just approximately. So I have, in most cases, single words, but sentences are fine. Count all words in the sentence and count them separately for negative and positive. So about 13 for negative, and we can put minus plus for future references if needed. And 15 positive. I thought that I had more positive, but because I have longer sentences here, it's almost the same. So I have negative on the left and form of questions, why, and I had even statement, nobody needs me. So this is something obviously to work on potentially in other algorithms. Also in algorithms in the course that I talked about, this would be worked on. We have some to work on limiting beliefs and things like that. But maybe it's worth paying attention later as well. And in positive ones, I have good ones, but I also had a pain lesson that came here. So just notice, maybe something surprises you. Maybe you didn't expect to see something noted. And maybe some of them will come to your mind when we will be drawing. So now I'm reminding you about our reflection. So think about visual. What comes to your mind now after we activated those neurons? Maybe overall it come to your mind. Maybe it's relative to this topic that we are working on. See how your body reacts, temperature changes, maybe some tingling, maybe something else. If you don't notice anything, it's okay. Just ask yourself this question and move on to emotions. What emotions are you feeling? Are you feeling sad? Or are you feeling better? Or maybe we brought up some things from the past. Think about it. And then thoughts, what kind of thoughts do you have right now? Is it something new, or maybe no thoughts, or maybe it's something that you already have thought about many times? And for breathing, we inhale and exhale a little bit longer. Some people like to do box breathing. So on a count of 4, we inhale, then we don't breathe for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we exhale for 4 and we don't breathe for 4 again. I just like a simpler, my exhale longer than inhale. It's just simpler to follow. But it's up to you. Maybe you have some approaches that you like. You can follow them as well. As long as we pay attention to breathing, it's good. So now we flip our page and go into our composition. This is the heart of the algorithm. So now we will be placing two shapes on this piece of paper. One, it will be us, and another, it will be a person or situation that we are working with. Both of them will be circles. And don't look how I do it exactly. Try to do it your way. Try to maybe have your hand over a piece of paper and intuitively feel where you would like to place. And also size, shape, position, it's yours. You don't need to follow me exactly. Just things that I mentioned. It should be circle, a figure that represents you, and another one that would represent another person or situation. So I will ask me, I can even close my eyes and ask me, where is my circle? And it's somewhere here. And you place yours. Breathe in, breathe out, and then I think, where is the other person that I'm working on? Relationship that I'm working on with this person. And it's somewhere here. Not that circle, a little bit like not ideal, but it doesn't have to be. I notice that this is relatively close. Look at what you got. So we have, in my perception, in my mind, we are close to each other. Our relationship is there. I don't see much distance. What I'm noticing that this other person is larger than me. Do I want this person to be larger than me? Ideally not. So if it's a relationship with a mentor, and mentor is someone who you respect, trust, and you think of them greatly and things like that. So it can be still be large from this perspective. But if it's from equal relationship, we better have some more even sizes of our shape. So identify relationship between your figures. Maybe you are much bigger than another person or situation, and we can correct it. Sometimes it's uncomfortable and you don't want to change status quo, so see how much you are willing to make the change. So different sizes, I have three options. I can make this figure a little bit smaller, I can make my figure a little bit larger, or I can make one smaller, one larger at the same time to even them up. So it's up to you which one you will do. I will explain you how. So I would like to make this one a little bit smaller. So what I will do, especially that I got this hook, but it's not necessarily, you can start at any point of that circle. What I will do, I will just make it a little bit smaller, but making this spiral. And I'm trying to make it a little bit narrower. It's not necessary, you can do just even line. And this is where my hand stopped. So what I did is spiral inside to make it smaller. And I will show you how to make it bigger. So for example, here where I finished my circle, but it can be any point, I will open. I will open to make it a little bit bigger. So eventually, this may be a little bit larger than that. I don't mind because we had opposite situation. So in this case, In my particular relationship, it's okay, and I'm comfortable continue. But if you feel uncomfortable, you can choose the one that you like more, and we can make that line look thicker. And we will be working with this shape. So in my case, it will be me. You can put that it's me or I if you want. And here I will be working with this shape. See how you feel comfortable or not. Again, check your breathing. Ask what visuals you have, what body sensation, what emotions come, what thoughts. And now let's identify centers of those shapes. You can even put hearts if you would like. And let's use near a line. So near a line, it lines that goes not where we would like it to go. So I could put a straight line, but instead I will be making some turns. And I want to put it here, but instead I will make myself do it this way. So challenge your hand, challenge the line, and make a few connections. How many you feel comfortable and sufficient? So I got 3, and I feel it's enough. So those 3, if you notice, I started from my center to the center of this person. Maybe you started another way around. Ask yourself why. So for me, it's more relationship to this person at the moment, most likely, at least in my mind, at least in how I see the situation. Do I want it? Yes, I want my relationship towards this person. Of course, I want it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this work. But I want it to be mutual, two-way street. So what I do from another person, I'm going over same line. It doesn't have to be exact. So if you will switch between lines, it's not that important. It's just we repeat that way from another person to us, or if you did it the opposite way, or if you mixed it up, just make sure that you have it both ways and think about it. I want it both ways. And any relationship in two-way street. And now feel if it's enough for you, or if you want to add more lines. For me, it feels enough. Now we can extend in any direction our lines. We extending our roots of connection to the edge of the paper. And if you notice, I started doing it from another person's side. And I'm thinking, what is it about? Why? Why those roots of connection start there? But now I feel I want to do it on my side. In Neurographics, when we do those lines, we connect ourselves with environment because we don't live in isolation. Even though we are working on relationship with one person or one situation, in reality, all of that connected. Other people, other circumstances may be affecting what is going on directly, indirectly. Then they may be affecting us, our perception, or this person's perception. And in general, We are not isolated. And we add lines while we feel enough. Also nearer lines, so we try to challenge ourselves. If your lines is getting more like straight or cyclical, when patterns repeats like here, then try to challenge with the next one. Especially at the beginning, it's very normal. And also, some topics are harder for our brain, and we tend to do particular like straight lines, for example, or more cyclical lines for particular topics. As you continue working on the topic, it may change. And you see I'm adding lines, but I think I have enough. So now our very important step, and we always recommend not to interrupt your work until this step is completed, is rounding. So every intersection that we have, it's between lines or between some shapes and lines, we round. So this is super important. And there are different approaches to how you can round. The idea that if you try to continue with rounding line, it creates a circle. So it needs to be smooth. And think about this relationship, how smooth it can be. Do you want it to be smooth? Ask yourself what thoughts, emotions come to mind. Notice where you started rounding. Maybe you started from another person. Maybe you started from yourself like I did. What does this mean to you? It can mean same things, can mean different things for different people, because we have different past, we have different circumstances. So ask yourself, do you feel some resistance to rounding? Maybe you feel it's stupid. Who does this kind of work? Maybe you feel, oh, it's so many corners that I need to round. Maybe you feel that neurographics is something new and I don't know how to do it. Just continue with practice. It's getting easier and easier. And if you have resistance, just breathe and continue. I don't recommend to leave this work right now because we activated neurons. Right now, our brain is receptive to whatever we give it. So we activated it. We want to work on it. And we continue. If it's hard, breathe. Take a sip of water. It's totally okay to jump from one area of the drawing to another. And sometimes I get quiet when I do that because it's another evidence that it's working, because I going into what my brain is doing at the moment, and it's working on this particular situation scenario. So of course, when I'm teaching it, I try to stay focused on teaching. So effect of this work is smaller because my mind is not fully here. But you try to focus on your situation and have me on the background as your guide. And keep asking yourself how I'm doing, why I'm going this way. Is something new coming up in this situation? Maybe nothing, maybe something. If some interesting thoughts come, you can always make a note to think more about it later, or walk through some situations. Like I noticed when we were writing words, something came up that is worth working on later on. And it came up during this particular topic. So maybe that thing is relative to relationships and not relative to my job or something else. So context matters. So whatever comes to you during this walk is also in our relationship that we are working on context. And we continue. And since my piece of paper may be smaller than yours, but I'm talking, I don't know, maybe I finish sooner. So you can just continue while I'm talking about next steps and then catch up later. Or you can leave it and catch up, do the rounding while I will be talking about next steps. Ideally, we would like to finish rounding first, and then switch to next steps, but I don't want you to get completely lost and then not knowing what to do when we will be ahead. But hopefully, because I'm talking, I'm slower than you. You may not notice anything, and that's fine. Work is going on as long as you are open. So I started with myself and then moved to this person. This is how I felt. Maybe it means to me that first I need to work on myself and then expect something from someone. In this particular case, this particular person. This came to my mind. Maybe this is true. And maybe if I will be completely honest with myself, maybe it's not maybe. All work starts with us. If we change, people around us change. Sometimes change means building boundaries, sometimes looking at situation differently, sometimes it means leaving the situation. It can be different things. I think I'm done, so I will let you finish yours while I will check chat quickly. If we skip a few corners here and there, it's not a problem. We can always finish. Usually we try to do at least 70%. I try to do 100% because we always skip a few. So doing 100 already leaves some margin for the ones that we miss. So I will take a minute to answer a little bit late, probably, Christy. What happens if you are choosing yourself? Can you do yourself? Yes, you can, but for ourselves, working on ourselves, there are many other algorithms to choose from, depending exactly what you mean on yourself. If you want some situation, I noticed that I missed a few. If it's some situation, for example, losing weight, then I can put myself and then my weight, or losing weight. So how I am related to my losing weight idea or my extra weight? Do I feel like this extra weight is much bigger than me? Most likely. Or maybe it's something like feels like heavy, or some other feelings. Nothing comes to mind. I'm not on the topic in my mind right now. But then you can. If you just you and you, then I would suggest to use some other algorithms for that. Then I see Michelle from Canada. I tried neurographic drawing a little bit, but I don't feel I get it totally, and my drawings don't look like the others I've seen. So I'm happy to be learning. Sure, great to see you here. Not sure about what other drawings you refer. Some people call Neuro art, neurographics, so be careful with it. It's not the same, it's different. So beautifying, it's just additional perks if you want to do it. But if algorithm is not beautiful, it's still working, it's totally fine. It doesn't need to be beautiful at all. Of course, aesthetically, we like some great pictures, but again, for algorithm to be working, you need to be working with your mind, like the steps that I told you earlier, and also executing algorithm according to the main principles that we are following right now. So as long as you are doing it, that's fine. We don't need to have like identical pictures, and they never are, even if we draw the same algorithm, because all situations are different. Our brains are different, our past is different, our limiting beliefs are different. Some may overlap, but it's not the same. So we shouldn't expect the same pictures, and your picture shouldn't look like mine. If it looks like mine, then I would say that probably you didn't pay enough attention to your internal thinking, feeling, and everything. It should look similar because we have a structure for the algorithm, and especially for people who just started with neurographics, it's very hard to do it on their own. They don't know what exactly to do and how to do it correctly, so they just follow me or another instructor. So it's normal. But if they don't look like other people, it's good. It's actually good that they don't. And right now, I see that this size, this inner, not circle in my case, but this shape, roundish shape, it doesn't have to be circle. It doesn't stand out. So I want to make it a little bit thicker. Mine looks quite fine, but I will do a little bit. Okay, so ideally we would want to dissolve lines that we don't need anymore. So those bigger lines, dissolve them in the whole picture. And you can do it more without me. How to do it is just make it look that they belong to overall environment. So for example, here I put a line, I connect it, I round it, I might do another one, and it somewhat dissolves. But as long as we highlight that it stands out for our brain, this is enough to start with. This one I'm totally fine. I think I'm totally fine with both. So what I'm seeing right now here is a flower. And it's a good point to make that in neurographics, in most algorithms, not in all, but in most algorithms, we don't try to find some particular shapes and figures. This is not the intention. We don't try to imagine something on neurographics drawing and suggest some ideas for our brain. No, but if something comes naturally, like right now, it stands out, and I see that here is, I can also say it's a flower, but it didn't come to me as such. So I make a note. What is this flower about? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? I have some needling sensation in my right leg right now. What is it about? And then you may go through the feelings through reflection that we talked about, 30% of the success. So just notice these things, but don't make them up. Like, don't look specifically for some kind of shapes. Okay, now when we are done with rounding, we can also make lines if especially they look like more straight, more nearer. So you can a thinner or thicker marker, whatever you want to do. I still get attracted to this particular shape. You don't need to follow me. If you feel comfortable with your shape, don't do it. For me, probably this is one of the reasons why relationship got that bad. I can say, because of the difference. So that's why it's attracting my attention that much, that I made this person much bigger in my mind for myself than it should be in this relationship. So when we make someone much bigger, much more important, and bigger not in terms of the size, but in terms of how it is in our mind, the importance of this person, our behavior shifts as well. And of course, behavior and thinking of another person shifts too. So this is corrections that obviously I'm feeling I'm doing in this walk. And now, when we are done, like, I don't want to make any other lines more nearer. I'm comfortable with my drawing, so I'm ready to go to next step. If you want to do more nearer on yours, you can continue or later. It's we always can come back to our work and add more lines, add color, change shape of the lines a little bit. So it's totally fine. And we finished with rounding. So if you need to take a small break for anything, you can do that as well. But better if you stay with me, so we go through the whole algorithm together. Now we check our breathing again. Long exhale. And let's check our reflection. What we are seeing, what we are feeling in our bodies. Are there any emotions, any thoughts that come to mind? Do a check-in with you, with yourself. Now, let's see if we would like to add any more lines to integrate whatever we came up with, our people. And by the way, I only right now noticed how this person is not only bigger than me, but higher than me. Initially, I didn't even recognize this. My brain refused to see that, I guess. So notice on your own drawing as well, relative to each other, who is where and what it is about. Sometimes maybe it's not above, maybe it means something else, maybe it's further into the future or some other associations that you may have. But for me, this association that this person is bigger and higher. So not only in terms of the size of importance, but also like relatively where it is, I put this person higher than me. So now I want to integrate what I've done here more into the environment, all those roots and connections. And I've done a few, I don't want to do many more. I feel quite comfortable. I don't want it to be too busy. And I just round new corners and intersections that got formed. Again, try to do your best to find them all. If you miss a few, not a big deal. If you find them later, you can round later. I still find my older ones that I forgot to round. And now at this stage, I found another one. At this stage, ask yourself, how do you feel now? I feel better. I feel more equal somewhat. Can't even explain exactly. I'm thinking that I may want to do another drawing and intentionally put another person on the same height that I am, maybe even a little bit below. So you can also repeat this algorithm and make some adjustments. So sometimes we draw intuitively like we did today. Sometimes we draw intentionally. For example, if I redraw this one and intentionally create sizes of the shapes the way I want them to be and position those shapes where I want them to be, it would be intentional. It's up to you to decide, but intentional, we don't recommend to do it right away because oftentimes we are not ready. We are not ready to make this move, and I will show you in my course the progression of it. First, we need to realize where we are, understand the situation, and this drawing helps. Then when we see it and see our reaction during the drawing, we can decide, okay, this came up. I saw this word that I had, right? So then I ask myself, do I want to do another drawing and make the move intentional, or do I still want to go with the flow and see those changes to happen on their own? They will. It just may take a little bit longer. But you need to be ready and you need to be willing. And I'm not talking about procrastinating or sabotaging. So if it's procrastination and sabotage, then we can push ourselves a little bit, not too hard, but little by little. But if you truly feel that you are not ready, then just continue with those more intuitive way of drawing, and you will feel when you are ready for the intentional drawing. So let's breathe in, breathe out, and let's go into coloring. So I will use markers today. The main mistake with coloring that people either do one single cell. We need to do multiple ones, at least two adjacent to each other of the same color, or they do like mosaic. One cell here, two cells there, one cell there, whatever. In Neurographics, it's better if you do it with the flow. So for example, I want to start here. Try to stay within the borders. I don't like markers that much because highlighters, because they're thicker, and sometimes this black marker melts, kind of makes it color not very beautiful. Also, if you have a thick paper like mine, it absorbs a lot of marker, so they will be used very soon. You will need new ones. And if your paper is thin, you will be seeing it through on another side. However, author of the method recommends markers because they bright brain eyes, first eyes, yeah, then we send this signal to brain, see those colors, and this is important for how neurographic works. So, and especially for the beginners, he recommends to use markers. I mostly use color pencils, but if you use color pencils, make sure that you use the soft ones. The hard ones are harder to work with, not that pleasant. Oftentimes they scratch or have kind of strikes. Marker also or highlighter does it. So we try not to leave any sharp lines, sharp strikes on our drawing. So the idea is to smooth around everything in these situations that we are working on. In terms of what colors we choose, in neurographics there are no rules about colors. It's all about your perception of colors. Oftentimes we just choose them intuitively. So for example, I picked pink not intentionally, it just for some reason. I didn't even think about it. I have I don't know, 15 of them here, and I just picked this one. I don't know what exactly pink means to me, but it's a good question to ask. If I picked this color in this particular drawing, what is it about? What is it about for me? And pink for me can be completely different than it is for you. And then I want to pick something else. And I honestly don't know what pink is for me, and I need to think about it more. But because I'm talking, it's harder for me to do. So in your case, please take a moment and think, why pink? What does it mean? All those questions, they are not just stupid random questions. It makes your brain work, go deeper and find associations, reasons, connections. And while we are working on this topic, you walk through whatever comes to your mind. So those questions, I'm not, and suggestions that I give you, not because I don't have anything better to say. Those are very good questions to ask yourself during your work. Again, to amplify results. If you don't ask those questions, we still have this work. But since we are spending time and effort here, we would like to get most out of it. So why not, right? Why not ask questions? White is also color. So if we are drawing on white piece of paper, then we can leave some areas white. We recommend not more than 30%, approximately. And if you feel uncomfortable coloring everything, you can do whatever you're comfortable for now and come back to it later. As I mentioned before, we can add to our work later as we see fit, as our conscious and subconscious changes relative to this topic. We may even like our drawing more, or the opposite. If we like it when we finish work, later we may say, wow, how could I like this? I don't like it anymore. I want to redraw. And it's totally fine. And it just shows that you've done the work. Some drawings are fine. Like I have always. So I have the ones that I liked before and don't like anymore. I have the ones that I didn't like but like now. I have ones that don't even call for any significant emotions or feelings. So right now, when I looked at my markers, I wanted something really bright. I want this bright in our relationship. I want to bring it. And when I add this color, unlike the previous two, I feel it, like I want to call it in. I want to bring it. And in my head right now, I caught myself thinking, oh, I want relationship that I had before, that great relationship. And then when I caught myself, I started thinking, oh, maybe a new relationship, new kind of relationship will be even better. Why do limit myself to what it was before? We all grow, situations change, environment changes. Why limit ourselves? So yes, I'm open to new kind, quality relationship. And also, it's better not to be attached to that. If it never happens, it's even painful to imagine, but maybe there is something good in it as well. But at least in my mind, in my heart, it will be growing as a great relationship. And I hope to see it soon. And we will check. We will see. So right now, I would like to show you that I left one cell here. So this is a mistake in Neurographics. So if it happens on your drawing, two things we can do. We can take marker and divide this cell into 2 or 3 or whatever number you want. So it will not be a lonely cell anymore. Or I can either choose this bluish color or this yellow to color it. So it's not lonely white cell. So I chose to color it this bright. I see black marker leaking a little bit. It's okay. It makes our work less pretty, but in terms of the quality, it doesn't make it any worse. Also, oftentimes, and we will get to this step, I will not spend time on it today, but we can use both highlighters and I'm just thinking that I want to add more light here as well. We can use both highlighters and pencils together. So you can use markers or highlighters first and then use coloring pencils on top of it to add some shading, some accents. Okay, and I want to connect this to me. There is no particular number of colors that we need to use, so it's up to you. When I started Neurographics, I always wanted to add colors that there are no white cells. And now I often like to leave some white space, but it depends also on the algorithm. So I think I'm done with the bright one. And I took another one that is bright. I think this is my last one. I want to add a little bit warmth here. And maybe it's something that I want this person to warm up a little bit, if it's the right way to put it, like get warmer in terms of heart feelings. But I'm not changing the person, as we talked about. I'm changing my perception, right? I want to feel this warmth from this person because it's somewhere there. It feels like too narrow connection. I want to widen it, so I will add more. If you feel that you are done with the colors, check if you have any sharp corners not rounded somewhere. And I'm almost done. And we already can check with ourselves our body sensation, our emotions, feelings, our thoughts, any images that come to mind as we color. Anything that you notice. Okay, I think I'm done. Maybe I will add a little bit more here later. I'm not sure at that time. So now we will be moving to the next step. And next step is kind of show direction and growth of relationship. So we choose from 1 to 3 lines, and they need to be thicker. You can take a thicker marker as you have. If you don't, then you can use the ones that you used before. Just make a few ways over the lines that you want to put. Here we can completely draw new lines. We can use existing lines, or we can do a mix. What I suggest we do is to heal where we want this road direction for this relationship to be. So I definitely would like us to be connected. So I don't know how many lines I will have, 1, 2, or 3 yet. So I will just start drawing and see where it goes. So we saw that I use existing line, and then I drew a little bit of new, and then I go here. I want to leverage the line of connection that we started with and go through the heart, my heart and this person's heart. And then I again follow the existing path. And let's make it thicker. So the idea of thickness, that when you look at the drawing, your eye should catch that line immediately. If it's not something that your brain sees, then it's not thick enough. I really had a problem with thick lines myself when I started drawing. It took me a while to get comfortable putting those thicker lines on my drawings. Those lines, you can diagnose yourself if it's hard for you as well. It's usually a sign that we don't accept help from other people easily, that we used to do many things ourselves or believe that we can do them themselves or better. So this is when we work on drawing those lines, we also work on this side of us. So I actually don't want to add any more lines. What I want to do is to make it a little bit thicker. In this particular case, I draw it from the bottom left to the top right. Usually in Neurographics, it's development, so future, growth, but it doesn't have to be. For this algorithm, if it goes a different way for you, that's totally fine, as long as it goes through both of the shapes. If not, then we need to ask ourselves, why not? What is on the way? And listen to our answers. So now breath in, breath out. Let's ask for 4 points of attention. What I'm seeing, what I'm feeling in terms of body, emotions, and what thoughts come to mind. And we catch ourselves like thinking about this or that, and we can go to the next step, which is our fixation figure, where we set and manifest our result. So it should be roundish. It doesn't have to be necessarily a circle, but it should be roundish. And in this case, ideally, I would recommend to also include both shapes. So it can be one circle, maybe oval, maybe something in between. Sometimes we look like, oh, there are lines already that feel like I want to include or follow. So it's up to you to see what you would like. I think I'm trying to intuitively feel where I want it to be. So I think I will use this line. And for me, it's not so much circle today, which is fine. You can do just a good circle if it feels like it. For me, it's more roundish, some kind of shape. And again, this needs to stand out. So when we looked at the drawing, we need to see it. So those big field lines that we just drew and this shape that in this algorithm unites us. Or situation. If we are working on situation, that it doesn't mean that we become this situation, that we think it's right, or something like that. It's more understanding and fixating our work that we've done, our results in this kind of shape. Okay, and after we are done with it, maybe I will do it a little bit thicker later on. After we are done with it, we need to round again all new edges, corners that happen after we drew those two shapes. For rounding, we can take a thinner marker and just trace new lines and new shapes that we just drew. It would be the easiest way to find those sharp corners and edges. And while we are doing it, we can ask ourselves, how do I feel now? Any emotions, thoughts? That come to mind? Any body sensations, any feelings? What do I think about this situation now? If you notice some changes, maybe you want to jot down or just acknowledge them. If nothing changed and everything is the same, it's totally fine. I didn't promise you that everything will change in one drawing. It might, but there's never guarantee. But pay attention to the changes around you later. Sometimes we don't appreciate things or don't notice. Maybe we dismiss some of the signals or changes, or maybe they're just small and not easy to notice. So pay attention. Something happens maybe in life or in other relationships, or maybe with this particular person or situation. What is it? Make a note in your head or somewhere if you would like to have a record. And walk again. Maybe you will decide to sign up for the course where we will go step by step through different stages of relationships. If not, you can even draw this algorithm multiple times. It will be good as well. I like to differentiate algorithms because they work from different perspectives, touch on different things. So I usually like to change. And if I repeat some algorithms, so I can do 2 in a row and sometimes. And then I start doing some other algorithms and then I can come back to the one I drew before. And there is no particular orders that everyone needs to follow. In the course, I tried to create it in the order of our emotional progression, like how we go through event and difficult circumstances. But again, it's not necessarily to follow them in particular order I laid out them. If you don't feel it, your way may be different. It's totally fine to start from another algorithm, not the one that I'm suggesting to start with, for example, or work on particular algorithm 3 times before going to the next one, etc. So our last step in this algorithm is to check if there was any shift that we can notice right away. And again, if there is none, it's totally fine. We will just continue working on this topic and just acknowledge how you feel, what you think about, what emotions you have, what visuals come to mind. And don't forget to breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. And this is pretty much work done. We do 2 minutes at the end, writing words to see where we are. So if you want, you can do it without me. Just on the same topic of relationship, put a timer, it's approximate 2 minutes, write words, and then compare what you've got to what we had initially. You can use the same piece of paper on opposite side, another location. You can choose a different color of the pencil if you want to differentiate, but it's just for you to compare. This is the goal to kind of see where we are right now in comparison to where we started. And I recommend to put these drawings somewhere where you can see periodically. When you see it, your brain would activate what we were working on, neurons, and this work will continue for free. You don't need to draw, but work will be continued for some time until you start feeling that, oh, it's not working that great. Like when you look at that, it feels more indifferent than at the beginning. Then you feel like, oh, maybe I should put another drawing. Or you can rotate if you have multiple ones, but it's better not to mix topics. So if you have relationship, then you can have multiple drawings and look at them periodically, and if you have another topic you draw on, have it in some other place, or rotate them, one topic for some period and then another. Okay, so this was our algorithm. Congratulations on finishing it. If you have any questions, please write them. Meanwhile, I will start talking about the course. If you don't mind, if you don't want to hear about the course, you are welcome to drop. Before you drop, though, let me give you the link if you want to submit your drawing for review. So you will get a response from me by email within 72 hours after your submission. I can provide feedback on the quality of work, maybe some techniques, and also some diagnostics if I see something. Okay, so as far as the course is Roots of Connections, and it's a transformational journey, I called it, through love, trust, and boundaries. I'm doing pre-launch right now, so it's the first time I announce it. It's the lowest price, and pre-launch will last until my next live YouTube on October 12th. On October 12th, we will be talking about my inner fire that I mentioned earlier. You are welcome to attend. I plan to do it free as well. And until then, I will keep the same price, which I will announce today to you on this course. But today you will also get some perks that people will not get after today and after launch. But let me first say for who this course. It's very broad. As I mentioned, relationships are everywhere. And we can work on many different situations, but I will list a few just for you to see if it resonates. So for anyone carrying hurt from conflict, betrayal, or silence in relationships, for parents with young kids, teens, or adult children navigating distance or tension, for couples facing disconnection, mistrust, or loss of intimacy. And you don't need to have two people working. Of course, if both people in couple working on this, it's great, but oftentimes it's not the case. So one person is enough to start working on this. It's also for individuals who feel invisible, overgiven, or stuck in guilt loops or some other loops. Sometimes, I would say even oftentimes, we don't notice those loops that we are stuck in. It's also for coaches and leaders who want a science-based tool to amplify client transformation. What approximate results you can expect from this course? Release emotional weight like conflict, grief, guilt, and regain calm. Strengthen boundaries without guilt or fear of rejection. Rebuild trust and create safe, balanced connections. Renew relationships or peacefully let go and move forward. Experience greater clarity, energy, and self-respect in daily life. And the great thing is that after you are done working on one relationship, I suggest that you focus on one relationship at a time, especially if you go through the course, because it will be deep work done and it will be focused. Results will be greater. You can reuse the same course, same algorithms, everything same for another relationship. And it can be again with human or some situation where we found ourselves in, with weight loss or with whatever it might be. So the course I built has a thoughtful structure with specific algorithms. It's not a set of random algorithms that I put together. It's thought through. So in this course, we go through identifying, releasing, accepting, resetting, strengthening, reconnecting, deepen, and renewing our relationship, our feelings, our patterns, getting rid of what doesn't serve us, and accepting or developing what serves us and our future. So this is in theory, and now in practicality, what you get. Hopefully you can see this. I will try to read it upside down. So let me see. I don't know if it's big enough though. Maybe not. But I will be reading upside down. So we have 8 core. I actually have another one. We have 8 core models, each listed with algorithm that I created for each of the each model. So conflict and disruption, break the cycle of loop and guilt, grief and acceptance, heal, reset, reframe, boundaries and self-respect, rebuild connections, grow trust, bond, and renewal. And you see it aligns to the flow and structure that I shared with you previously. So in terms of bonuses, I created 2 extra models. One is diagnostic. We do it at the beginning to diagnose where a relationship is. And it's also, we'll start our work on relationship, but it's also for diagnostics. It may uncover some of the things that may not be obvious for us. Sometimes we don't realize what's going on inside of our head, especially when we are emotionally engaged. Even for my situation, as I gave you example, I know the tools, I know how to work on it, and I procrastinated. I didn't work on that because I had my own blocks. And each of us has it. And even if it's professional who has been working on themselves for long, yes, they have got rid of many of the things, but new things come up, new changes in the environment, new situations come up. So we need to keep working. It's much lighter and easier, of course, as you clear up the past and all the experiences, but it's still work. So diagnostic with first algorithm is very helpful. And then at the end, the love letter algorithm that kind of this culminate the whole thing after all the work that we've done. You will get lifetime access to the course. There would be applications on iPhone or Android for the portal. I will also include a printable journal. It will not be just empty pages journal. It will be summaries, all of the algorithms that are in the course. So you can follow when you travel or when you don't want to follow my recordings. When you want to do it on your own, second time, third time, fifth time, you will have steps, step by step for each of the algorithms written, how to follow. Then I will provide you with ABC of Neurographics there, reflection points as a reminder, so you don't forget, so you can just follow and do it right way, and also coaching questions and more. So I truly think that this is very valuable thing to the course that I'm adding. Then I provide Neurographics intro model. It's mostly for the people who don't have much experience with Neurographics or not sure if they do it correctly. So I give basics, so you don't need to buy another course or study it somewhere else or do it just following me. I will give you some basics so you would know how to do it correctly, and then you will follow me for deeper work. I give you 100 relationship blockers checklist. This is also we will use for diagnostics. It's good for this course, but also in general for other algorithms and other works you will be doing. If you will be doing, I hope you will down the road. We will pick a few most important ones that resonate, and we will include them while we are working on the course. For each person, it would be different ones. Then I offer a community group for support, questions, discussions. It's online portal. It's also supposed to be on this app. And bi-weekly Q&A with me. It's not only Q&A, so what I'm hoping to do is to have some discussions. Maybe I will bring some quick tips, tricks, some mini algorithms that you can incorporate into your life, not only on relationship, but on other areas of your life. So I think this one would be valuable and it will be recorded. So if you cannot make it, then you can rewatch recording and you can submit your question or whatever in advance. So I can answer it during that meeting. This is what will be included for everyone with the course. And now only for pre-launch. For pre-launch, until my next session in October, I provide a drawing critique pack for each of the drawing in this course, diagnostics plus techniques. So if you are willing to submit them, I will be providing you with feedback, with my honest expert feedback to help you grow and be more efficient even more. 20% off a coupon on any of my services, whether it's another course, is it nonverbal coaching or video assessments that I do on nonverbal. So whatever it is, 20% off for one item is with you. No expiration. 30 minutes one-on-one session with me. You can use it before, during, or after the course, of course, if you would like. I would recommend it because I can help you diagnose your situation and suggest the best path, some additional algorithms or exercises that you may want to work on. If you want to do it during you going through the course, I can ask you how the progress has been, make some suggestions, we can make some adjustments, etc. If you don't need my help and you feel like everything is going fine and only want to talk with me maybe after and see what additional help you may need, what would be something to do tune up at the end, or maybe you will have questions about another topic. What would be the best approach to address this kind of goal or problem? Then you can use it at the end. So this is during pre-launch. It's 197 that I'm offering it for. After pre-launch is over, it will be 297 and most likely even higher, but I haven't settled on the final price yet. I want to see how I feel comfortable closer to the launch. And now, only for today, I offer additional 2 sessions, 30 minutes each with me. So in total, if you sign up today, you will have 3 sessions for 30 minutes each with me. You can do 1 hour and a half, or you can break them up. I recommend to break them up in 3 or 2 at least. This way we can see your progression. For example, we can meet before you start the course. to set you right for the course, and during the course to see your progress and maybe make some adjustments if needed, and after the course to see what else is needed. So these 2 additional sessions is only for today. Tomorrow they will be gone. And I will drop a link for the payment into the chat if you are ready. If not, you can do it later today. I will post it into the summary of this live stream when it's ready. And another option to work with me is VIP option. So I offer 3 private sessions with me one-on-one. It's full drawing sessions, not just discussions and suggestions, but it also drawing particular algorithms that I will recommend for your particular situation. We will do as long sessions as needed. I will not limit them by time. So it will be working through, not as here you will following me, there I will be following you. So I will be guiding you, but you will be doing the work, and we will be identifying when it's enough, when it's time to move to the next step. I will be asking coaching questions, etc., etc. So it would be professional sessions with me working on your topic. It could be custom algorithms that I can create for your particular goal, or it could be one that exists that have best fit. And of course, you will have follow-up with me and step-by-step live guidance during our work. So for this option, if you would like to discuss if VIP is right to you, and for VIP, I include this course with all the bonuses and perks. For VIP, please schedule a call so we can talk if it's the right option for both of us to work together. And let me share them with you. Так, if I can find them. Так. And I will check. And I will check if we have any questions. And I also wanted to give you for technical support, my email for technical support. Here. Okay, just a second. So this is a link to purchase the course. Так, I see a question. Let me answer the question then. And then I will work on finding it. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so as far as my call, if you want to stay with me, I will find it. Somehow I misplaced it. I will find it now. Okay, I got it. So this is a link for our VIP discussion. If you're interested. So I hope you like the work. I hope to see your drawings. I hope to see your results. Thank you for attending. And I hope you can notice some changes right from today. And I wish you all the best in your journey of repairing this relationship. And I hope to see you soon again. Bye. I'm glad to hear that you already noticed some changes. Thank you. Bye-bye. If you need to reach out, you can use this technical support email as well. If any questions or any help, and looking forward to working with you all together. Bye-bye. Happy changes. Happy transformations.